Hi everyone, today we're going to walk through how to perform a one-sample t-test using the statistical software Jamovi. This is a fundamental test used to compare a sample mean to a known value. Here's our agenda for this presentation. First, we'll introduce what a one-sample t-test is. Then we'll define a problem statement to give us a real-world context. After that, we'll go through the practical steps of running the test in Jamovi. Finally, we'll learn how to interpret the results it gives us. What is one sample t-test? Understanding the significance of mean differences in statistics. A one-sample t-test is a statistical test used to check if the average or mean of a sample is significantly different from a known or hypothesized value. Let's understand what this test does. A one-sample t-test answers a simple question. Is my sample average different from a specific value I'm comparing it to? We compare two numbers, the known value we're testing against and the average from our sample data. The formula shows how different these two numbers are relative to the variation in our data. The result tells us if this difference is meaningful or just due to chance.
Statement of the problem. Is the average score of the students significantly different from 75? So here's our problem. A teacher wants to check if her class performed differently from the expected average score of 75. We use Jamovi to test if there is a significant difference. Data set of 50 students and their scores. These are the scores of 50 students. Each student has one score out of 100. We will use this data to test if their mean score is different from 75. The student column is just for identification. The only column we need for the t-test is the score column.
Steps in performing one sample t-test using Jamovi. First, open Jamovi. Make sure your data is entered correctly. Click the column name score and check that it is set to scale. Ito yung ruler sa may gilid, which means it is numerical or continuous.
Step 2. Run the one sample t-test. Go to Analysis, to t-test, and to one sample t-test. Next, go to the top menu and click Analysis. Then choose t-test. And select one sample t-test. Move the variable score into the variable box by clicking the arrow between the two boxes. Step 3. View and read the results. In the test value box, type 75 because that is the number we are comparing the class average to. Also, check descriptive so we can see the average and the standard deviation. Here are the results. The average score of the student is 80.8, the standard deviation is 9.17, and there are 50 students in the sample. In the t-test table, the t-value is 4.47, the degree of freedom is 49, and the p-value is 0.0000456, which is less than 0.5.
Step 4. Interpretation and reporting the result. Now let's interpret the result. The p-value is less than 0.05, indicating that the result is statistically significant. This means there is enough evidence to conclude that the difference is not due to random variation. The student's actual average score is 80.8, and we are comparing it to 75. Since 80.8 is higher than 75 and the result is significant, we can say that the student average score is truly higher than 75. So overall, the student performed better than expected average score of 75.
So, in conclusion, the students performed significantly better than the average score of 75. This means the teacher's class did really well overall. To summarize, we entered the data, ran the one sample t-test, and found that the mean score was significantly higher than 75. And that's how to do one sample t-test in Jamovi. Thank you for your attention. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to try this using your own dataset.